So welcome back, all of you. This is really encouraging when, though I post the recording on the group, I can see many of you are coming. This shows like how intense a seeker you are. Because these days, even online, people want to listen to a recording. But one good thing is when you come to the live thing, the takeaway is more. In the recording, when you start listening, you may not focus because mind always want to do two or three things, don't want to stay in one thing. So thanks a lot for all of you being here. I'll share the screen now. So yesterday we have seen many points, around 16 points, mostly from Swami Shivananda about existence of God. Now we should remember why we are seeing all these things. If I strongly believe or if I have faith that God exists, then the way we live will be totally different. Now for namesake, we are believing. We say God is there, but our activities doesn't reflect like that. We don't have faith. We have a little belief. So these are whatever we have listened, the 3 sessions is about Swami Shivananda showing how beautiful the creation is. If such a complex, beautiful creation is there, then there should be a creator. Now, these are all spiritual people. What about the scientists? We can ask. So there is an article written by a scientist. So he gives details about 7 reasons why a scientist has to believe in God. So he's Cressy Morrison. He's a former president of the New York Academy of Sciences. So he has written this article about the 7 reasons, what he feels, or everybody. If somebody is logical, somebody is scientific, and he wants to counter the spiritual thing, let them answer whatever we are going to see this. So he says that we are still in the dawn of the scientific age. Still we are in the dawn, not in the peak of the scientific age. Because even now, the science keep on refining what they said 10 years before or 20 years before, they are now refining. They say that is not true. Now there is one more thing is there. They keep on discovering new things about the nature. What they found few decades back, that seems to be clearer. Now what they are finding seems to be so complex. So he says we are still in the dawn of the scientific age, and every increase of light reveals more brightly the handwork of an intelligent creator. Because the more you find the mystery, or more you unfold the mystery of the universe, more you can see so much things are there which you will never come to know. So he says, for myself, I count 7 reasons for my faith. So let us see what are these 7 reasons. The first reason is taking mathematics. By unwavering mathematical law, we can prove that our existence, our universe is designed by a great being. We cannot say a being or a great intelligence, which we can compare. So one thing is telling, this is very easy to understand example. Suppose you put 10 pennies, let's say 10 plastic coin, you put it in a box, you mark each and every coin as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, can you tell me, if I want to pick up one coin, what is the probability I have? I have 1/10, right? If I try 10 times, maybe one time it will come. So 1/10 is the probability. Suppose I want to pick up 1, after that immediately 2. 1 has to come, next should be 2, not 3, 4, 5. So to pick up 1 and then 2, the probability is 1 in 100. If you want to pick up 1, 2, then 3 continuously, not 1 and 3. First 1 should come, immediately second 2 should come, immediately third, number 3 should come. Then the probability is 1 in 1000. It keep on going. Now your chance of drawing them all, that means I want to draw exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 10. The moment I pick, 1 should come. Second, if I pick, 2 should come. Third, if I pick, 3 should come, not the other thing. So you have to get everything in order in one go. Then it is 1 in 10 billion. 1 in 10 billion only, there is a chance you can get continuously from 1 to 10. So this is a very, very, very remote chance. Suppose I pick up, I put all the 10 tokens, I pick up, the first time 1 is coming, then 2 is coming, I did everything by 10. What you will call me? You will call me as God, right? Because 1 to 10 cannot come. Impossible. 1 in 10 billion means it is really impossible. Now, why he's telling like this is, something you feel is impossible is happening in front of us. That means this kind of sequence is happening. The creation contains all those things. And he started explaining this. By the same reasoning, by the same probability, so many exact conditions are required for the life to thrive in this earth. Otherwise, it is not possible. The life cannot happen here. So it will be definitely possible. It is possible only because of a higher intelligence. It is not by chance. So people say it is all by chance. The bacteria is there and this is there, that is there. So we have come. It is all by nature. No. When you are skeptical, be skeptical totally. You have to ask questions for everything. You can't say conveniently what you like as right, what you don't like as wrong. If you want to be skeptical, just ask question for on the right side and the wrong side. So when everything, so many factors are there to be here in this condition so that the life has to happen, means we have to ask question, how it is possible? So the first thing he talks about is the earth rotates on its axis 1,000 miles an hour. We have seen yesterday how fast it rotates. It is rotating at more than 1,000, I think 1,400 or 500 miles per hour. 1,000 miles, 1,500 kilometers. Yeah, it's 1,000 miles per hour. And if the rotation is little slow, like 100 miles per hour, then our days and nights will be 10 times long. You want it 10 times longer? Our days will be maybe instead of 24, it will be 240 hours. So maybe 120 hours night, 120 hours day. Horrible, right? And in the night, the temperature will become less than 0. We will freeze. In the daytime, sun will burn us. So no life can happen. See, the rotation of 1,000 miles per hour, the earth is rotating. It's very important. Who has given all those things? Who has created earth and made the earth to rotate in a right speed so that a life can happen here? Now take the sun. Now, sun, you can see in the picture between sun and the earth, there is a space. If the sun gives a little more heat, our temperature will increase. We cannot survive. If the earth is little away from sun, then it will be too cold. Again, life cannot happen. See, one is the speed at which the earth is rotating. Another is the distance between sun and the earth is very exactly placed. And this is very convenient, or it gives a good ambience for the life to happen. And the tilt. The earth is 23-degree tilted. You know, the earth is not straight. Its axis is not straight. It is slightly tilted. Because of this tilting, the monsoons comes. We get all the season, the winter, summer, spring, and all those things. Just imagine if the earth is there straightly rotating, then you will not get season. Can we be here? You see, just 3 points. How come everything can happen just 1, 2, 3, like you're taking what we discussed? It all happening at the same point of time so that life can happen. Let's talk about the moon. The moon is from the earth, the distance is 2.3 lakh miles or 3.8 lakh kilometers away. Suppose the moon is close. The moon is only 50,000 miles away. Then the tides will become so high from the sea, and twice a day, all the continents will be submerged in water. The mountains and all will erode. See, exactly. The moon is also exactly placed away from earth so that the tides comes only to certain height and it is good for living. And who fixed the moon in exact distance so that it is beneficial for earth? You take the crust of the earth. So you see the second photograph. The top layer is the crust. Then you have mantle, then outer core, inner core and all. We are talking about the topmost layer, like the peel of a fruit. That's the crust. The crust of the earth, suppose it is only 10 feet, then no oxygen can be there. Without oxygen, no life can happen. The Earth's crust is 5 to 70 kilometers thick. On an average, 15 to 20 kilometers thick. So because of this, all the trees are there. It can go so deep and everything is happening. Now the ocean, if the ocean is little more deeper, then the carbon dioxide and oxygen would have been absorbed. Again, no life can happen. So it is very clear, we can understand here that all these things are in place. If one is missing also, the life cannot happen. Now tell me, when all these things are in place, can it happen by chance? It cannot happen. How so many things? He discussed only few. We can see n number of things. Like take gravity. The gravity is exactly right that we are able to live here. If the gravity is like in the moon or in other planet, now you can't do any work. The food, if you eat, means it will be floating. You can't eat the food also. Like people in the space station, the gravity is not there. They're finding it very difficult. Yesterday, we have seen the atmosphere. There is atmosphere around Earth which is protecting. So there is exact percentage of oxygen and nitrogen, how nitrogen protects the Earth from burning, from exploding. You see all those things. So many things are exactly placed in that particular sequence so that life can happen. Now, all these things has to happen in one line means it cannot be by chance. It is only by intention. Somebody would have created. Since somebody had created, this can happen. Otherwise, this is not possible. So there is a creator. Now let's see the second reason. The second reason is, if you see the beauty of creation, the intelligence in each and every creation, which again, we cannot stop wondering, there's a force in every life. See the first picture here, the tree has come from the rock. A seed was there, maybe little water was there. There's a force. Every life has a force. Even though it is a rock, slowly it penetrated. So he says there is a force which makes us to grow. So from where the force is coming? You look out the life, you can call the creator or the nature as a great artist or a sculptor, because such a kind of beauty, every leaf, every flower, every creation seems to be unmatching. Life is also a musician. Like you see, every insect, bird and animal have a different song, different kind of tune and voice. And every flower has a different smell. Every fruit has a different taste. So life is a wonderful chemist. And all these things, while the plant gives this taste of the fruit, gives the sweetness, while giving the sweetness, it also grows, gives us the wood, and it also releases oxygen. When they grow well, they start releasing oxygen, all the plants and trees. So this is so wonderful, because this is a balancing mechanism. Because the oxygen is coming from all these plants, all the animals, and we can survive. The force, the life force of the plants makes us to survive here. If you take a cell, a small cell, we may ignore it's a small cell because we have trillions of cells. So there is something called cytoplasm, protoplasm. So I'm not good in biology and all. I also know just overview. Just see, this is a cell and there is a jelly-like fluid inside the cell. You can see center, this is the nucleus, and you have a jelly substance around it. On the jelly substance only, all the parts of the cell floats. And this jelly things only starts absorbing. It is capable of giving motion. It can absorb the food. It can digest. It can excrete and all those things. And this is where the intelligence is there. It is also keeping the nucleus to float. So who has put all those things? If this jelly thing is not there, nothing is possible. They say the powers of this droplet, this jelly thing, are greater than our vegetation and animals and people. For all life came from it. The entire life came from this small cell. So he says here, the fluid outside the nucleus, where all the activities, this is the nucleus, outside the nucleus, where fluid, all the activities happen. This is cytoplasm. And what you have inside the nucleus, it is a nucleoplasm. And both put together, it's a protoplasm. This is like a programming. If you have a program in the computer, or any product, you cannot see the program. You can see the hardware, but the hardware is able to give you so much fantastic result because of the software which is behind. You cannot see the software. It is running as a program. Similarly, these are the software. Even the hardware is fantastic. The cell itself looks fantastic. What it carries, the memory in the nucleus and the programming it is there. Who is controlling all those things? We can't even imagine. Forget about thinking about who has made it. We can't even imagine. So this is like cell is everywhere, right? The cell is everywhere. Every living being has a cell. This is like prana. In our philosophy, we talk about prana. So prana means that which is everywhere. When you say prana is a building block of life, the cells are the building block of life. So prana is a fundamental energy. Prana is not oxygen. Remember, when we inhale and exhale, when we do pranayama, we are extending the prana. Prana means the vital force. Ayama means extension. You are extending the vital force of whom? I am extending the vital force inside me. If I leave as it is, my vital force will deplete. But by doing pranayama, I am increasing the vital force so that I live long. So pranayama is controlling of breath, but it is not there in oxygen. If you, I was collecting some information about, I want to start a course on pranayama. So I was collecting certain information. There is one disciple of Swami Shivananda. What he did is he proved there is a prana. How come? They did a test. It's a live experiment happened. They kept 3 big glass cabins. Okay. In the one big glass jar, they kept a candle with light burning. They closed the lid. In other, the glass box, they kept a monkey. And third glass box, the yogi was sitting. The yogi was sitting with a tabla. He was playing. Okay, what they did is, all the 3, they closed the top. The lid is closed. And for this yogi, what they did is they applied wax on the skin. Because they don't want him to absorb the oxygen even through skin. So entire skin of his body, the wax was applied. His nose was totally kept tight and the lid was closed. When it happened, within few minutes, the candle was switched off because no oxygen, right? The flame cannot burn. After some more time, around 10 minutes, the monkey fainted because no oxygen, you cannot live. But this yogi, he was playing tabla for 40 minutes. Now, science cannot answer how somebody can play this instrument for 40 minutes. He was just creating a sound so that he was absorbing the prana through sound. So we already discussed, right, yesterday, how sound can travel. Sound is all-pervading. When you get into yoga philosophy also, we always give importance to nada or sound. That means we give importance to Om, which is a basic sound. So sound can travel everywhere. He was playing the tabla. He created some kind of vibration or sound through which he was receiving prana. 40 minutes he was alive. So this science cannot explain. So the prana is a basic building block. How prana is basic building block? Similarly, the cell is a building block of the all living things. So the prana is not oxygen. It is a different thing because we can only equate to a lower understanding. We are understanding that. So the prana can be increased many ways. So Paramahamsa Yogananda says a genuine smile distributes the cosmic current, prana, to every body cell. If you have a genuine smile, just see people who are happy living long. How come you are so happy, then you can live long? Now science can accept, because if you are happy, certain hormones are secreted in your body and your brain is doing XYZ function. So your chemistry becomes so much beautiful. So you are enjoying. Now they say, but sometime back, there is no answer for it. So the happy man is less subject to disease, for happiness actually attracts into the body a greater supply of the universal life energy. When you are so happy, you are generating your own prana. Remember, whenever you are so happy, you are generating your own prana. That means I get so much energy. By logic, we can analyze this. Whenever you are so sad, suppose your efficiency is 100%. Whenever you are so sad or upset, how much will be your efficiency? Fail, less than 50, right? 10, 20, 30, 40. You can't do anything. You can't listen carefully. You can't do any work with your full efficiency. But one day you're so happy. Whenever you're so happy, you will do all the day's work within few hours. You are so generous. You can accept somebody's mistake. You are so beautiful. People also appreciate if somebody does any mistake, you'll accept the mistake. You will not shout at them. So whenever you're happy, even scientifically or logically or by our scriptures, it clearly says your energy increases. That means what? Your prana increases. That means the vital force or life energy increases. Now there's a third reason. So what he says, third reason from the animal kingdom. He has taken a fish, salmon fish. So this salmon fish, they spend a lot of time in the sea. And whenever they want to lay eggs, they will come back to the river. When they are so young, they'll be in the river. After that, they'll go to the sea. Not one few kilometers, thousands of kilometers they go. And after that, if they want to lay eggs, they will come back to the same tributary. See, for example, there is a salmon fish in Ganga. Okay. Let's say Ganga, you have some A to Z tributaries, branches from the Ganga. In the M, tributary M, that means M branch. In that M, you get some 100 branch. So M25, let's say. This fish is born in M25 and it has gone to the sea. After, when it want to lay eggs, it will again come back after many, many months exactly to M25. It will not go to A or B20 or B100. No. Though in the main branch of the river, sub-branch, again sub-branch, it exactly remembers from where it has come. It will go to the same place. Suppose it is reaching exactly M25. You are putting in M50, some other tributary. It knows it is not my place. It will search. Again, it will join Ganga. It will come back to exactly the same place where it is born. Now, this is astonishing. And these kind of fish, like we call this as anadromous, because it's born in fresh water, but it migrates to ocean and then come back to its birthplace. So this is not all like nobody can justify it. How it can remember after it can travel thousands of kilometers till it remembers. Now there is one more fish-like thing. I don't know whether you call it as a fish or anything. The eels. The eels also similar. It is much more complex than the other fish we have seen. Now these also born in the rivers or ponds, and when it attains maturity, they will go away from the pond. Where they will go? Ocean. That too where? The dangerous place, the Bermuda. You know, the Bermuda Sea. It's a very dangerous place. They will go. There they will lay all the eggs. Okay. And they will die there. They will die there. All the eggs they will be laying. Now remember, the little eels coming out of the egg doesn't know about the mother, right? Or it knows, it has seen the mother, but it has not seen from where the mother has come. So the little ones doesn't have any knowledge, but what they will do, they will start swimming back to the place where the mother was there. Even the mother is dead, the mother will be there. The mother will die in Bermuda only. So this little eel which is born, which doesn't have any clue about the river or pond from where the eel has come, but this little one exactly go back to that pond. Now he says it is not a different pond, it is the same pond. And the America and Europe, they have a lot of eels. All the American eels, wherever it started, they come back to that specific pond in America. All the European eels, they also used to come to Bermuda and they will lay eggs. Those little eels from Europe, they will go to Europe only. This is all like, he says, it is, nobody can make it happen except a great intelligence. So no European eel you can find in American waters, no American eel in Europe's water. It's not possible. They exactly know from where it has come. Remember the kid, the child, the little one, not the bigger one. Now the fourth one is talks about our, it's above intellect, the intelligence in human being, because we, human being as a special thing, we know as of now intellect. Okay, as of now, let's say intellect, but there is something called intelligence beyond intellect. This is all much beyond the animal instinct. The power to reason, the power to question, all those things. So we are playing with numbers, physics, chemistry, which other things cannot even imagine. And the instinct, whatever we have, the animal instinct, we also have. It is like one note of a flute. But as a human being, we have the infinite no notes. Whatever a flute can create, so many notes we have. Like what he says is, animal nature is only a very small. If you want to explore the human and divine nature, which is much, much high. How this is possible? Because we human being have a spark of universal intelligence. When we, if any of you would attended our Chitta course, we always say Chitta means one drop of intelligence from the Mahat. There is a universal intelligence. What is me? I am one drop of universal intelligence. So the same thing he also says here. Now, next thing, fifth thing, he talks about genes, because genes are again a great mystery. It's not fully understood. Now, where the genes are there? Genes are located on the chromosomes in the nucleus of the cells. Now, genes are the backbone, or which are responsible for so many things. It is exactly the software behind this body. This body is hardware. The genetic information, what we have in the genes, is a software. Now, there are many, many areas of genes which we do not know. So they are called not unknown, where these genes we don't know. We don't know what for it is there. Like if you take brain, we are using only 10%, right? Other 90% is an unexplored area. If you study Hatha Yoga Pratipika, it talks about how the practice of asana, pranayama, or any kriya can charge and can get you the dormant area of the brain, which is not activated. The 90% which is not activated, there you will go, you will activate that part of the brain which is not active. By that, you start developing a lot of perception, a lot of knowledge. You understand this creation through that. So similarly, in the genetic, in the gene, there is a lot of area where we do not know what is there. So these are only wonders. If you put all the genes are very small. If you put all the genes of human being, it will come a very small point. I can take it in my hand of the entire humanity. Whomever we have 800, 900 crore people, whatever, I think 700 or 800 crores people. If you take out all the genes, it will come to just a little quantity in my hand. So which is also like just a small quantity in my hand, which is ruling the entire planet, which is there in everyone. Again, these things we can't imagine. So if you want to see, this is like the human being, and take one small cell. In one small cell, in one part of the area, you have so many cells. In every cell, you get a central part, the blue part, which is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you can find the chromosome. Inside the chromosome, you can see a small bandwidth, which is the DNA. Again, this is what is governing the entire living thing. If you take a human being, this is what is making a huge difference. The difference is so less. Many times we have come from monkeys, right? The difference in genes between us and the monkeys is only 1.23%. That means what? Close to 99%, our gene and the monkey gene are same. That's why most of the time we behave as monkeys. We also jump from one thing to other. We will not take right decision. We will have a monkey mind. Just 1.23% difference. See how much is the difference. We become the top, dominating species on this earth. So if you talk all those things, this ultra microscopic gene, which rules the earth, which is very, very small and inside every one of us, who can create this except God? See, God means you don't need to give any form. What we are calling is something as a creator, or somebody as a creator. To our understanding, we call that as a God with form. But this is some formless entity, because if it is some form, I can see it. God is formless, so I cannot see it through my normal eyes. Now, the sixth thing is telling about the intelligence of the creation again. So there is a species called a cactus. We would have seen all these things. So this in Australia, they used for fencing. So they took this cactus and they grown it to a larger extent. After a few years, they found this cactus is too much. They are unable to stop because there is no enemy for cactus. When there is no enemy for a plant or a bacteria or an insect, it keep on multiplying. So these researchers want to control this, but keep on going everywhere. So they found an insect. This insect eats only cactus. So they started growing that insect. Now this insect started eating the cactus. This cactus has come under control. So what he's trying to say is this balance, checks and balance are very much required. And it happens. It is there in the nature. Nothing can dominate. That's why we say like now tsunami or volcano eruption, anything happens. We are saying like the world is going to come to an end. It has to in some way or the other because we are trying to dominate all the species, the human being. But see, till 100 years before, every other creature were dominating. We are also as some part of it. But now we have become the majority of it. Other species, we are trying to kill it. So some checks and balance are always there. It is there in the nature. Now, why not these insects dominate us? So these insects do not have lungs. So he says all these insects breathe through small tubes. You can see in the red color here, these tubes. So through this only it breathes. Suppose that it keeps on eating, it can eat, it can grow its body, but the lungs has to support. If the body is bigger, the lungs has to draw more air and supply to the body. But here they are only tubes. These tubes cannot grow. This is the reason insects are small. Otherwise, imagine an insect and the size of a lion or a dog or even like a cat. We cannot survive. Simple mosquito we are unable to handle. If we get huge cat and dog like insect coming into our house, especially during rainy season, we can't live. So he says these are all the control mechanism which nature has given, which again, many things are information to us, new information, right? We can't imagine. So say a seventh thing is talking about the imagination capacity of a human being, because you can think about anything, whichever is not here now, you can imagine and create that in future. See, this capacity only human being has. Now, before the aircraft was invented, there is no such thing as aircraft, and we believed we cannot fly. We are seeing the birds flying, but human being thought I cannot fly, but few human beings thought, why should not I fly? They started observing the birds, and somebody created an aircraft. Now, the aircraft was not there earlier, but by my pure imagination, the power of human being, we invented the aircraft or the cars or whatever you can call the cell phones now, many, many things. So this is again special gift for us, only for us to make things happen, to explore more about the nature and God. So he also points out a few sentences from Bible. He says the Bible expresses the idea that nature itself reveals the greatness of God. Simple nature. You don't need to see God. The creation of God. Nature is the creation of God. That nature itself reveals the greatness of God, because all these nature, what you see just in the soil or around you, is more than enough that you will understand you cannot create, I cannot create, nobody can create except God. The Bible says the heavens, the sky, stars, and universe are seen as a testament to God's glory, while the firmament, the expanse of the sky, the large, so large area of the sky, showcases his craftsmanship. How come every religion talks about this? Every religion talks about the nature is the proof of God, because so much complex the nature is, nobody else, God, can create it. So essentially, it suggests that creation itself speaks of the divine. Creation itself speaks of the divine. It is the proof. Many spiritual tradition, including what we have, the Hinduism or any other tradition also, they say like that observing the natural world can lead to deeper understanding of the divine. If you know the creation, then you will know the creator. In Yoga Sutra, Yoga philosophy talks about Purusha and Prakriti. Whatever asana, pranayama, or whatever sadhana you do, or even chanting, or whatever you do, the meditation, samadhi, the purpose of all these things is to understand the creation. You will get all the powers. You will get all the capability to understand the creation. Creation means the nature only. Now, why should I understand the creation? Without understanding the creation, you cannot understand the creator. Compared to creator, creation is much less. So if you understand the creation, then you will get the eligibility to understand the creator. So we call that the creation or the nature as Prakriti. So once you understand the Prakriti, then the Purusha, the creator, will be understood. Now, this is very plain logic now. When you are debating about God, God is there, God is not there. See, many of us may not need to believe God. Suppose you say God is not there. See, we can only debate about something if we doubt it is there or not. That means it can be there, it may be there. Can we debate like human being has two horns? Can we debate? I say human being has two horns. You say no, human being not having two horns. No debate can happen like that. Why? All of us know no horns for human being. So when something is not there, you will not debate. But something is there, but I don't believe it, or I don't have an experience of it, then I start debating. So he says, by the very fact that God's existence is debated, his existence is proved. That means he's there. That's why you're debating. About nothing, there can be no argument. If God is not there, you also don't know, I also don't know. Why we should argue? For something that does not exist, there can be no discussion. For any debate to take place, there must first of all be an established object about which the contending debaters hold contrary opinions. You and me can hold a contrary opinion. You may say, I don't believe in God. I may say, I believe in God. We start discussing because there is God. That's why we are debating. This is a very plain logic. Now we'll have a small story about God. This story is from one of the great masters. So once upon a time, maybe after now 2025, so 2100 or much later, the human being have become so powerful, we are able to create everything. So we can simply create anything what we want. So this bunch of scientists thought why we should leave everything to God. We will take away everything from God. God has done good job till now, but why we to leave? We will do everything because we have the capability to do it. So all these scientists once went and met God. They said, we got all the equipments with us. If you tell me whatever you want, we will create. So we are all gods now. Now, why you want to do your job? Please give your job to us. You retire. God said, fine, what you can do? Then they said, they took some sand. They said, see, this is simply sand. And they did some processing. They got some equipment. They put the sand. Immediately, they got a baby. So God said, fantastic. Because if you want to get a human being from sand, it's nothing small, right? It's a very, very big miracle. So they are proudly telling, see, we can do everything. So please, you retire. Then God said, it's all fine, but where is your sand? It is my sand, right? I created. It is my sand. So it is something like this. Whatever you want to do in this world, you can take only from here and give it back here. You can't create anything new. If you want to create anything new, it is all taken from this creation only. But can we create something new? No, we cannot create. You have to take something from here, give a different combination, permutation combination, give something different. But without taking the ingredients from the current creation, we cannot create anything new. So to understand this, if you want to perceive the creation or if you want to understand the creator, so these things are suggested. Develop discrimination. Now, what is discrimination? Discrimination means what is real, what is not real. What is temporary, what is permanent. God alone is real. You can ask question. You don't need to accept. Just try to ask question. Is God is real? Where is God? Keep on asking question till you get convinced. But developed a kind of your intellect should be so powerful. You should know what is right, what is wrong. Renounce all sensual pleasures. Anyway, the sensual pleasures are going to go. When you get age, little, all the sense organs will become powerless. Slowly, the power will go and anyway, it's not going to be useful to us. Whenever the sense organs are there, in a way it is good, we gain knowledge. But most of the time, we get addicted to it, we become slaves to it. So there is something called sixfold virtues. First is called Shama. Shama means mental calmness. Now, how to get mental calmness? Is it important? Controlling my thoughts important? No, that's not a big deal, we may say. What is the definition of yoga as per Patanjali? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That means controlling the thoughts or controlling the activities of my mind is yoga. So Shama means controlling your thoughts. As of now, the thoughts are not under our control. It is happening on its own. So it says control your thoughts. Second is Dhamma, which is controlling your senses. As of now, if I sit for yoga, my senses are telling me to do something else. If a smell comes, I go behind food. If something good comes in front of me, I just open my eyes. If any songs somebody is playing, I am doing yoga, I start listening the song. All these five senses, we start going behind. So control your senses. Then uparati, which is cessation from sensual enjoyment. You enjoy it, but you get detached from it. Withdrawal from worldly distractions. We call it distraction because it is not allowing me to see the reality. When I use all these senses, everything, I can see only small portion of the reality. When I subdue all those things, I can see something much bigger. Endurance, titiksha, that means enduring. It's a perseverance or patience while facing any difficulty. Keep going on your path. Start doing your sadhana. Shraddha, which is faith, which is an unbreakable belief in God. Samadhana, which is a one-pointed focus or inner balance. He says these are the 6 qualities we need to develop to understand the creation and then the creator. And Swami Shivananda also says, always dwell on Mahavakyas. What are Mahavakyas? I am Brahman, that is Brahman, this is Brahman, whatever you say. Just inquire about what is it? Who is the creator? Who is God? What is soul? What is self? He says, just by doing this, you will attain self-realization. This is called Jnana, right? Jnana means what? Knowledge. Knowledge means what? What is outside, what is inside? What is around me, what is within me? If you start getting all those information, you call that as a knowledge. Many people ask, right? What is a sadhana? See, sadhana means that which you can do 24/7. That only you can call a sadhana. Morning you do 1 hour asana or pranayama, you can call that as a sadhana. That's not a complete sadhana. Then what else I can have? After 1 hour of doing asana pranayama, what can I do? Now, all other time, what you can do 24/7 is you can think about the creator or creation. Start asking question. It's not about, if you are a devotee, you can be devoted. But if devotion is not possible, you can ask question. And you start pondering over things and you start longing over things. If you start longing, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know like this, one day it will happen. Without longing, nothing can happen. Even if you want to get into business, want to earn more, you have to long for it, right? Without longing, you cannot taste success in the materialistic world. It applies same to spiritual world also. Without longing, nothing can happen. So that is a sadhana you can do 24/7. Always asking question, thinking about the truth and what are we discussing, all these, these are Guru's words, all those things. So simply, I know the truth, but my mind is not here. We call that as avidya. Vidya means knowledge. Avidya means darkness. That is opposite to knowledge, ignorance. The actual meaning of avidya you can take is lack of spiritual knowledge. That means lack of the existential knowledge, the actual truth. What is that avidya? You can call this. That means you are assuming whatever is impermanent as permanent. Whatever is impure as pure. You are assuming pain as pleasure, non-self as self. See, this body is impermanent. But are we thinking like that? No. We never think like this body, one day it will go. I am soul inside the body. If death means I'll be going away from the body. No. We always try to beautify this and think like we'll be living here at least for 100 years. So something we are feeling, something is permanent, but there is no guarantee even for 1 hour. Just we are talking, we are sitting here. There is no guarantee. Next moment we'll be here. You take this body and mind is so impure, but we feel it is pure, right? We feel it is so pure. That's why we get attracted to our own body and through which we get attracted to other bodies also. The pain, whatever you feel as pleasure, you feel as pain. Now eating nicely, I like sweets. I start eating sweets. I enjoy. The same enjoyment becomes pain. If you eat too much, you will get diabetes or any other problem, digestion problem, many things. Or if you eat too much, even if you don't get any disease, this becomes a habit. One day you don't get sweet, you will get pain. Can you tell me any pleasure you enjoyed in your life, any permanent pleasure? Nothing is permanent, right? It is there for some time, it goes off. And non-self as self. What is non-self? What are my degrees, whatever I hold, position in the society, and whatever my things I gathered, my property, money, all those things, which is not me, but I feel those things as me. These you can call as like, we call that as a ego. Ego means identification. I get identified with things which I am not. What I am not, whatever we call as myself is not. I am the soul. Not even the male or female, not even gender. Gender is only to the body, not for the soul, right? See, today I read the news. I think in the midnight in Bangalore, an husband and wife are traveling in a car. There's a delivery boy, Swiggy or somebody, that kind of delivery. Somebody was going and he just made a small scratch on the rear view mirror. And he said sorry also. But this husband got too much angry over him. He started shouting, but that guy said, I'm sorry, I did it. Then he went. This guy took a U-turn, the car guy. He followed that two-wheeler guy for 2 kilometers and he intentionally hit him and he ran away. That two-wheeler, two people were there. The front person who was driving, he died. Now, police caught everything through the CCTV camera. They arrested both husband and wife. Now, tell me, it's a simple ego, right? Just you put a small scratch on your mirror. Will you take life of that person? What will happen to the family? He's a 21 years old, young boy. 21 years old, young boy. Just imagine their parents, how much suffering it is. Just imagine possibility of this boy who is earning there and he felt sorry, but the ego what you carried made him to kill. Now imagine now both of them got arrested. Do you think they are happy? Now they'll be thinking, I'm a stupid person. Last night I should have controlled my anger. I just exploded. Stupidly I've done something and I spoiled my life. See, now years together they have to be there. We don't know what will be the judgment. So much suffering because you get identified with your car. Somebody put a small scratch. What is the problem? Can't you accept this? When you buy a car, it tend to happen. Why you have an ego? Car is not you. But whatever happened to my property, which belongs to me, I feel it is happening to me. Even this knowledge we don't have. We can say I have knowledge, but the situation comes. Am I exercising that power? My buddhi? No, right? Immediately I'm getting anger. If really we know, yes, this is my car, I am different. If something happens to my car, it is repairable. We know this, but at that moment, what happened? My ego came. How come you can hit me? This is my new car. See, so much happened to me. Now you spoiled your life. Both that life also spoiled, your life also spoiled. Now this is all like the identity. This is called avidya. Lack of spiritual knowledge means lack of the importance, the knowledge about life. No knowledge about life. All of us know how to earn money. We have a lot of knowledge about in our profession and things around us, but we really don't know what this life is. When you get the knowledge of this life, this is called vidya. Because in those days, when we sent our children to school, in the ashram, they'll spend 12 years to 14 years, 20 years. They'll be with the guru. The main knowledge taught is how to become a good human being. Of course, all other things will be taught. Somebody is good at business, they'll be taught business. So somebody can fight, they'll be taught that. But those things are the external, small thing. But the basic thing is about life. How to coexist with everyone, how to be loving, and what is the importance of human birth. All these things. But these days, it is not happening. So how to attain God realization? Serve all. See God in everywhere, in every being. And whatever actions, whatever you do, don't take credit of it. You become doer. Whenever you do, you just feel I am in the hands of God. When you are in the hands of God, you should do the right thing only. You cannot do something wrong. He says, do japa. That means when you start chanting the mantra continuously, your mind will become calm. See, all this anger, negative emotion comes because too much ego. Your mind is not calm. It's jumping here and there, very hyper. When you start doing japa, when you think about God, the mind will become pleasant. When the mind becomes pleasant, the ego or anger or those things will not be there. Do not get identified with yourself, with your body or with your mind. So all these things are changing, impure, and made up of 5 bhutas. And what you are is beyond the 5 bhutas. Always feel that you are all pervading. Brahman, we always say Brahman. So if you see in the first picture, top, say somebody is watering a plant. What he says, myself and my family will eat the fruits of the tree. When you grow a tree thinking that I will eat the fruits, now you will not get the grace. So God's blessings or grace will happen only to somebody who is working for everyone. Of course, God is not deciding whom to give, whom not to give. Grace is there. You can absorb the grace only you have a larger mind. If you plant a mango sapling or any tree, any plant, just to do it because either I may get the benefit or anyone can get the benefit. But in the mind, if you are so narrow, I only will eat the fruits of my action or whatever I'm doing, it should come only to me. then that's a very narrow way to live. These are the way to broaden your mind so that you get the larger picture by experience. So this is by grace. Like grace is a blessings from God. If you know how to get grace, life can be so beautiful. You get suffering because there is no grace. Somebody gets taste success because he has grace. Now we'll be discussing about grace in the upcoming chapter, where how to earn the grace. Why, if two people are traveling, now we have just told news. One person died. The person sitting on the two-wheeler on the back, he survived. How come in an accident only the certain people die, certain people escape? All those things we have to discuss from next session onwards. So take sattvic food, study scriptures. Now here only scriptures, studying scriptures and thinking about the concepts. These only you can do 24/7. You practice asana, pranayama, all those things is very much required. But 24/7 you can dwell on the concepts from all the scriptures. If you do that, you will get into God realization very easily. And every scripture says you follow at least three: ahimsa, satya, and brahmacharya. So these three are given more importance. So he says, Swami Shivananda says, practice daily some important asanas. No, he's not telling only scriptures alone. Practice daily some important asanas and go for a walk and do some pranayama to keep you healthy. And he says, God is a question of supply and demand. Only if you start searching, things will come to you. If you feel so busy in your work and spirituality comes lost to you, then nothing will happen. See, all of you are here. You are given more importance to some knowledge, spiritual knowledge. That's why you are here. When you give importance like this, then things will start coming up, because it is again demand and supply. When you have a lot of demand, then supply will be there. God cannot escape from you. He will become living reality to us. So other important points, he says, combine all the love. Suppose you love your spouse, you love your kids, you love your parents. He says, put all the love and focus, concentrate all those love and apply towards God, because God is permanent and you have to apply all those things to him. And God himself says, I am the slave of my devotees. When you ask for something, God cannot say, he cannot deny. Especially if you ask spiritual knowledge, if you ask for mukti, if you ask for self-realization, now God is a ocean of mercy. He cannot deny. He will definitely give. It's a matter of time. We need to wait for some time. The Lord himself has admitted, I am under the complete control of my bhaktas. So if you are a devotee, fantastic. You can whatever you do your best, whatever comes as a result, accept it. Never waste a single minute. I always say this whenever I come across the time. One of the gurus used to say, life is ticking. It's not the time is ticking. When you spend 1 hour, you think maybe 1 hour I just spend watching TV. Don't think it is just 1 hour. 60 minutes of my life. We may think we have a lot of time. When we age, then we see time is a very precious resource. You give, you exchange. Now we are earning. Most of people are earning. Now we are earning money by exchanging time. Actually, time is the only currency. You spend time, earn money. You spend time, gain knowledge. Everything you are spending time and gaining. So time is very, very, very precious. When you see the clock, it's moving tick, tick, tick. The time is not there. It is not simply time. It is my life ticking. When we understand the seriousness, it is my life ticking. I will do only the most important thing. Can we do anything less important one? When we know my life is precious, my time is limited, I will do only the most important thing. So he says, like, do kirtan, sing like a devotee, dance like a devotee. So he explains all those things. Repeat the name like Valmiki. Repeat God's name like Valmiki and other great devotees. These are the way to calm the mind. When the mind is calm, when the thoughts are less, then only whatever we say, the divine form can manifest. So next class onwards, we'll be discussing at least one class we'll discuss about God's grace. Then we'll move to the second chapter. This for today's session. Any questions, any thoughts you want to share, exchange? Fine. Thanks a lot. That's for today. I know there will not be any question. This is like not a kind of philosophy. This was just refreshing ourselves. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on Monday. There is no class on Saturday and Sunday. We'll meet Monday. I'll put the message in the group. Thank you. Hari Om.
हरिओम प्रणाम, धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir.